Good morning, good morning. Today we're taking a look at XRP from the current price action, along with some price action back in the day, the liquidity heat map, and the Sigma coin. So, all right, so recapping of where we've been, basically we had our initial impulse off the lows that we were looking for, a corrective move take back. Our indicator then flipped for us, which we've been enjoying since. Since then, we had a 5-wave impulse, ABC down, ABC up, 5-wave move down for a wave 2, a larger degree, and now we're in this larger wave 3. This larger wave 3 does have rules that we must follow. So we have our initial 5-wave impulse, ABC down, ABC up, ABC down again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, shows back up to the party. And now we're doing a corrective wave 4, right? So this wave 4 correction we were expecting to happen. I was thinking it was going to happen up in this range, but we're getting it much higher, which is giving us a larger breakdown for this ABC move. Now, wave 1 and wave 4 should not cross. There are a few examples where they can, but on a wave 3 move, this is not what we expect. So as of right now, for me, the line in the sand of a continuation of the bullish move is that we do not go below $1.4434 for XRP. So that's where I'm putting the line right now at this point. Nothing else has primarily changed. This is our wave count pattern, and we're just waiting and watching for this Fed meeting. But so far, this looks like a fairly even breakdown. So at this point, I think we're still in good shape, but this is our area where we don't really want to see price action close below. Now, jumping back in time, we have what we did back here in the 2024 region before the massive run up. So assuming, this is more for fun, assuming we end up having this large move, we had a 38-day move from the low for us to see a massive explosion to the upside. And the market can do that very quickly. So recapping what we did here is we had a 5-wave move off the low, and then a large ABC for a wave 2 correction that we ended up getting right here. And this wave 2 correction was long, right? I mean, so we ran from the breakdown here of the 31st of July all the way out to the October. So it was a long, long stretch of time. And then off of this move down here, we ended up having a breakout, right? And just before we did that breakout, though, we did have a back test into the range, right? And it was pretty quick, right? Because the price was so much lower at the time. So we had the breakout of this range and a back test. So if we carry that forward to where we are now, you can see we had this breakout of the range, and then we're doing this back test right here. So what I did for fun is I took and overlaid that same fractal that we had on the prior time period. So I grabbed all this right here, and just for fun, if we do get an impulsive and great Fed meeting today and we're able to hold these levels, and we just take this fractal and we just kind of overlay it on top of this kind of bounce that we end up having here, and then this corrective back test that we have right here, and I didn't do any stretching or anything like that, it would actually give us what we would be looking for off these lows, where we could see price action move all the way back up to the top of the range, and it could do it very quickly, right? So we could be potentially here by April, middle April, if it was the same length of time, we could be sitting at a $5 to $6, $7 XRP following that same fractal off the lows. And this matches our schematic that we are utilizing for the jump across the stream, right? So the schematic that we're running right now is this large, oh wow, we zoomed in big time. Let's go back out. This large Wyckoff accumulation section, where this reaccumulation mid-range, also known as a flat in Elliott wave counting, has the breakout, the test, which we just did, and then it should have a continuation and move all the way up and gets us back up to the top of the range, pushing us all the way back up here into the $3 range. And if we go to our current estimation of this fractal and we carry that over, we would be right up here at the top of the range, and that would be potentially by April, in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So things can get wild, things can get pretty fast and crazy, and that can happen with the war, the narrative from the Fed, and a lot of information we're going to get today from the Fed meeting. So I'm here for it. That would be absolutely glorious to see that type of move off of it, just copying this fractal and carrying it over and having something like this. So this is our little moon excitement based off of the fact that we have a schematic that could show that type of movement, right? So, and this is fairly quick for how it moves off the lows here. So we'll just continue to wait and watch, see what we have. So far, this is how I'm looking at the price action, that we've completed the test and we're moving onward. And that's how we'll continue to monitor it. And based off of that, we have memes, right? So here's these memes, and the memes are giving us some confluences that basically at this point, this breakdown is done. We're first getting our major impulse, and we're now going to be working higher as XRP chugs along to the upside. So now, X Sigma has been doing great, right? So really just want to show you the amazingness of what the strength is that's coming into our community. The people building, people doing things every single day, just absolutely love it, right? So here's the breakdown on our daily stochastic RSI down to lows. We ended up bottoming. We had our initial bounce. We had to reset that full count, and then since then, we've actually gone all the way up to the top of the range and held up there and grinded higher on the price action. Now we're doing a reset, just like what we did here, for example, or even here, for example, on the daily stochastic. And there's that reset, and here's not that reset, right? So we're actually resetting our stochastic RSI here in the next day or two, and yet at the same time, price action for the Sigma coin has been holding in the support region, which means sellers are not selling, and then people are waiting to absorb any sells that do happen. So I mean, shouldn't say that people aren't selling. We do have selling pressure today into the chart, but you can see that selling pressure occurred, bounced, and people, there's a fight here between the bulls and bears of who wants the project and who's jumping in and who isn't. But we're doing it all on top of this prior range buildup, with our 4-hour being reset, with our 12-hour being reset, with our daily just about being reset. So this is huge, right? So this is where I told everybody we would chop in this region for a little while, and this chop is continuing. So I expect that this will just continue to play out, and then a continuation will occur once we've fully reset the momentum. And today may be that pivot day, or tomorrow with the Fed meeting. So a little longer video today that we're looking at, but long story short, Sigma's looking wonderful. Liquidity pretty much swept to the downside here on the 3-day liquidity for XRP. And our wonderful XRP itself has a potential to massively skyrocket to the upside based off of the fractal from before that we're now looking at. And it could be something like that, which would be just glorious, right? Absolutely blow everyone's mind if it just went that quickly. And then finally, zooming in on the short time frames, we're looking at what if and where are our lines, and we know where we want to not see this price action fall or get too much closer to, which is this $1.4434. So we have the Fed meeting coming up. That should be our hopeful pivot point, and then we can start working our way out of here. So, all right, guys, we'll check in tomorrow, and thanks so much for watching.